Hi and welcome to the Dell booth. My name's Jason. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the future of collaborating in the meeting space. Now we know the traditional meeting spaces where you have whiteboards, flip charts and perhaps projectors. I'm saying that we can now look at putting those aside and move on to large format displays. Traditionally large format displays were, well, a lot more expensive than they are today, and they have come down in cost, so they've become more accessible. They also have a lot of tools that help out on board. So our Dell devices, they have things like scalability to make sure that the presentation is still crystal clear, even though blown up to a large format. They have high definition audio outputs and speakers built in. And as well, they can go up to 4K in resolution with touch panels for interactivity. We work closely with our partners like Microsoft with their Teams format and Zoom, which we all know too well from using it in the current times. And as well, Logitech, who provide great conference room cameras. In fact, with one of their cameras on board and an Optiplex Micro, we have a whole hub for our collaborative space. So that might be in the office in a conference room, or it might be one that you move room to room on one of our trolleys from our ecosystem. As well, we do have support, and that support is in the form of 3-year advanced exchange service. We can actually expand upon that as well. So there's lots of reasons to choose a Dell Collaborative Monitor. I did mention earlier, if you're buying the Optiplex, that's great. We've got the compute power, but we've actually included a slot on some of our large format displays so that that can slide into the back with the Optiplex Micro and have a single cable power pass-through as well to actually provide compute power to that display. It's multi-touch, and at the moment I would say we won't be doing too much of that, but it can do up to 20-point touch, so you can work with others on the screen as well. It isn't specifically nailed down to any particular manufacturer. It's hardware and software agnostic. So we can use all sorts of applications on board, and it means that it's flexible for your business needs. So having a look at the range, we have range of 55-inch through to 86-inch, and that's for our top end ones which have 4K in glass technology. We also have standard 4K displays and a full HD infrared touch 70-inch as well. As I mentioned, the solutions for the Optiplex Micro only come in the top range there at the 4K in glass technology monitors. Let's have a look at one of those monitors just now, and it will give us a better idea of how people work with it. So you can see from that video, there's a lot of ways we're interacting with it. The simplicity of connecting it up, that's also important these times because we don't want something that's too challenging a project. The great thing as well is the future proofing within that. Displays do last a long time. So when the technology in the Optiplex changes, it will be simple enough to switch that out if you decide to have one of those attached to it. We have a whole ecosystem surrounding this as well, and that ecosystem obviously includes the Optiplex there, also includes keyboards and mice. Obviously we would like to maybe interact those with the screen from the desk. We have stand offerings, so you can either have wall mounted, you can have mobile, you can have height adjustable as well. I mentioned there's lots of camera solutions from people like our partners like Logitech, and then you want to be able to maybe connect wirelessly for other devices as well. So we've got options within there too. And of course, we collaborate with all those different software vendors, being non-hardware and non-software specific. It's something that is open platform and easy to work with. So I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight. However, I do recommend, if it is something that has piqued your interest, do have a chat with one of your Computer World representatives. It's been nice talking to you, and speak to you again in another session.